Hello parents, my name is Steve Parisi and I am your son or daughter's AP statistics teacher. Welcome to this strange open house that we have here. So let me start off by saying that, I'm going to jump right into the course. This course is going to cover all the way from a descriptive statistics end to a 2-sample hypothesis test and confidence interval plus chi-square inference and linear regression inference if you're familiar with statistics. For every chapter, I'm going to have a test, a homework, and a test corrections. So for example, chapter 1, let's say the test is 60 out of 60, or it could be 50 out of 50, whatever I decide. It's going to be an open note, not an open note, total point system for a test. The homework is going to be anywhere from 10 to 15%. So if it's 60 out of 60, the homework's going to be worth 6 out of 6 or 9 out of 9. Everybody's going to get 100 for the homework, because I'm going to assume that everybody is doing the homework at this AP level. I don't want them to take a picture of every single homework with multiple sheets and upload it to Google Classroom and then I'm looking at it. I'm just going to give everybody the 6 out of 6 or the 9 out of 9. So for the test, it could be a take-home test where I say it's going to be open. Anything I give take-home, I'm going to say it's going to be open notes, just to make things fair and easy, because I know some kids will probably look at their notes even though it's not an open note, and other kids might say, well, wait a minute, I didn't look at my notes. So I'm just going to do open note. And actually, I think all tests should be open notes, because any job that you go on, you usually have your notes. But anyways, then I could give a test where it's just on Zoom, where I could say, all right, I can see everybody on Zoom. Here's 2 questions, solve it, upload that to Google Classroom. So that could also be a test or a quiz, and I will never give a surprise test or quiz. Anyways, so you have your test, your homework, and your test corrections. The test corrections are optional. So let's say someone gets a 52 out of 60 on the test. Now the test corrections can give you a quarter of the points missed back onto the test. So if you got a 52 out of 60, that's 8 points missed. Quarter of 8 is 2. So now that 52 out of 60 will be a 54 out of 60. That's a pretty good bonus, and you can do that for any take-home assignment that I give, and I'll tell the kids if you can do the corrections or not. And toward the end of the marking period, those points do add up. I mean, there's been some situations where I've had a parent come in for parent conference, and they're going, geez, I wish my kid had a 90. And I'm like, well, that 86 or 87 that they had would have been a 90 if they did their test corrections. They did not do them, because not everybody does them. I might get 2/3 of the class that does them. So that's something to stay on. There's not going to be a midterm for this course, and I'm assuming that the AP exam is still going to go on, because they had it last year online. So I'm assuming this year it's probably going to be online. Last year was a disaster, the way kids were uploading answers and the AP system was crashing, or they didn't get the answers. So hopefully this year they have all those bugs taken care of. So no midterm, AP final, and we usually do a couple cool things in this course besides the material, like we would watch the movie Freakonomics. There was a book called Freakonomics. It's a fun book about correlation, causations. There's a couple of TED Talks we would watch, some readings from Outliers or The Black Swan, but I don't know if we're gonna have time to get to that. Another thing that we would do is we would look at some clinical trials. So like, this is the full prescribing information for a drug called Stelara. And there's a lot of chemistry and pharmacodynamics and all this other stuff in here, but then we get to the clinical trials part, and we're gonna verify the p-value and confidence intervals that they got, see if what we got is what they got. I'll white it out and say, all right, find it, and see if it matches up. So at the end of this course, they'll kind of see one of these studies, which I think is kind of cool. They should buy, they don't need to, but they should buy one of those books, a Barron's review book, a 5 Steps for 5. You could probably get a used one on Facebook Marketplace or Amazon. It doesn't have to be new. And they should read that as we're kind of going through. Most kids say they really are glad that they got that. The textbook, they always need to be reading the textbook. I'm not going to assign readings from the textbook, but if we're on chapter 1, they need to read chapter 1. And in every chapter, they have a review section and a practice test. And those answers are in the back of the book for every review and every practice test. They need to do that. And then the odd answers for the homeworks are in the back of the book as well. And I always assign odd so that you can kind of check your answers. So if you guys need anything, ask Parisi at williamsvillek12.org. Send me an email or call me 626-8500. That's the phone number in the math office. And I look forward to hearing from you and hopefully meeting you one day. Take care.